The world is moving faster than ever, and we are here to break it all down for you. First, we head to Busan, where Kim Junhyo, an inspiring teacher at Beekson Elementary School, is leading a vital conversation. Having lost his arm during military service, he is now using his story to demand better support and real education regarding disabilities, proving that one individual can change the narrative for an entire community.
Your brand new iPhone deserves the best protection, and the iLune 3-pack screen protector plus 3-pack camera lens protector has you covered. Don't take risks with your iPhone. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Next, we take a look at the grit and raw power of one of the world's fastest-growing athletic phenomena. Arm wrestling has officially exploded from basement tables into a high-stakes global sports spectacle, captivating audiences everywhere with its intense rivalries and incredible feats of strength. Then, we shift to a shocking international security investigation involving Shamim Mafi. This businesswoman, living in the United States on a green card, was apprehended at Lax for her alleged role in a massive operation brokering illicit arms deals between Tehran and the Sudanese military. Finally, we dig deeper into the case of Shamim Mafi as federal authorities reveal how she allegedly funneled drones, bombs, and ammunition to fuel a devastating civil war in Sudan. This is a story of international intrigue and federal charges that could lead to decades behind bars. Stay on top of every update by hitting that subscribe button and ringing the bell so you never miss a report. Imagine standing in front of a room full of curious elementary school students, trying to manage a classroom with one hand while your own life story is written in the silence of what's missing. That is the daily reality for Kim Junhyo, a teacher at Beekson Elementary School in Busan, whose journey from military service to the whiteboard is nothing short of extraordinary. After losing his right arm in the line of duty, Kim didn't just walk away. He stepped back into the classroom, now wearing a prosthetic that serves as a bridge between his past service and his future mission. But this isn't just about one man's resilience. It is a wake-up call for our education system. Kim is speaking out, demanding that we move past the awkward stares and the superficial understanding of disability. He is pushing for a real, deep-rooted change in how schools teach inclusion, arguing that empathy shouldn't be an abstract concept, but a core part of the curriculum. It forces us to ask, are we preparing our children for the real world, or are we just shielding them from the realities of those who walk a different path? By sharing his story, Kim is challenging every educator to reconsider how they talk about physical limitations. It is time we stop viewing disability as an other experience and start integrating it as a vital part of the human story. What do you think? Should schools have mandatory education on disability inclusion? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the conversation. After all, true strength isn't measured by what we have, but by how we use what remains. Ever wondered how a simple barroom brawl turned into a high-stakes global phenomenon? It used to be that arm wrestling was just something you did to settle a bet over a couple of cold beers. But today, it is a legitimate professional sport with elite athletes, stadium crowds, and grueling training regimens that would make a bodybuilder sweat. The transformation is nothing short of incredible. What was once dismissed as a crude test of ego has evolved into a masterclass of biomechanics, leverage, and raw, explosive power. Think about it. It is not just about having the biggest bicep. It is about nerve control, wrist tension, and explosive starts that happen in the blink of an eye. The sport has managed to capture the internet's attention by blending the intensity of combat sports with a unique, accessible grit that anyone can understand instantly. It is raw, it is visceral, and it is undeniably addictive to watch. As the production value skyrockets and professional leagues start signing massive broadcast deals, the days of arm wrestling being a fringe hobby are officially over. We are witnessing the birth of a brand new era for combat sports. If you want to stay ahead of the curve on the fastest growing niche in the game, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a beat. At the end of the day, perhaps the most fascinating part is that beneath the layers of technique and science, it still comes down to the most primal challenge of all: man versus man, palm against palm, until someone breaks. Are you ready to see who comes out on top? Imagine living the American dream as a permanent resident, only to be hauled off a plane by the FBI for allegedly running a secret, high-stakes arms trafficking ring for a foreign regime. This isn't a scene from a spy thriller. It is the reality for 44-year-old Shamim Mafi, a Woodland Hills resident caught in a massive federal sting operation at Lax. Federal prosecutors allege that Mafi, who has held a green card since 2016, was acting as a key broker between Tehran and the Sudanese military. We are talking about serious hardware, drones, explosives, and millions of rounds of ammunition. The center of this alleged scheme was a $70 million deal involving Iran's Mohajer 6 armed drones, tools that have been credited with shifting the momentum in Sudan's brutal, ongoing civil war. Mafi denies working with Iran's intelligence ministry, but investigators point to a trail of contracts and direct communications spanning from 2022 to early 2025. While she is currently entitled to the presumption of innocence, the implications are staggering. We are looking at a conflict where the U.S. government has officially identified the hallmarks of genocide. To be accused of funneling the very weaponry used in such atrocities is a grave charge that carries a potential 20-year prison sentence. This case serves as a stark reminder of how global conflicts are often fueled by private hands operating in the shadows. It raises difficult questions about how easily international sanctions can be bypassed in our interconnected global economy. What do you think about the enforcement of these international economic powers? Is the current system doing enough to stop these shadow deals, or are we just seeing the tip of the iceberg? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories that matter. Stay informed, stay critical, and we will see you in the next one. Imagine living the high life in a chic Woodland Hills townhouse, juggling trips to Dubai med spas and beach days in Los Angeles, all while secretly fueling one of the deadliest wars on the planet. That is exactly the double life federal authorities say 44-year-old Shamim Mafi was leading right under our noses. Mafi was caught at Lax this past Saturday, bags packed for Turkey, just hours after a federal criminal complaint accused her of brokering a massive arms deal for the Iranian regime. We are talking about drones, bombs, fuses, and millions of rounds of ammunition being funneled directly to the Sudanese armed forces. Now, why does this matter? Because the war in Sudan isn't just a regional spat. It's a humanitarian catastrophe that has displaced millions and claimed over 100,000 lives since 2023. Federal investigators allege that Mafi, who became a permanent U.S. resident in 2016, was deeply embedded with Iran's Ministry of Intelligence. The details of the scheme read like a Hollywood script, using shell companies to bypass sanctions, laundering cash through informal exchange systems, and even coordinating via WhatsApp to move crates of $100 bills. What is truly chilling is the audacity of it all. Court documents reveal that when she wasn't negotiating the sale of COD's Mohajer 6 drones, the same tech Iran supplies to Russia for the war in Ukraine, she was posing with assault rifles at trade shows. There is even a bizarre anecdote where she couldn't accompany Sudanese officials to an Iranian military facility because the Revolutionary Guard wouldn't allow a woman inside. She had to send a man in her place, highlighting the rigid, archaic power structures she was willing to navigate to secure her deals. This arrest marks the third time in just 3 weeks that an Angelino from the Iranian diaspora has been nabbed in a federal probe, raising serious questions about how deep these networks actually go within our own backyard. Mafi now faces up to 20 years behind bars, and her case is a stark reminder that the global shadows of war often stretch much closer to home than we'd like to believe. If you found this update eye-opening, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into the stories that matter. It is a sobering thought, but in our hyper-connected world, the line between a quiet suburban life and a global arms trafficking operation has never been thinner.